This weekend's game against Crystal Palace is the annual West Ham fixture in which a player scores an absolute belter. Let's list some of them in the past, shall we? We've had Andy Carroll's overhead kilk. We had Sebastian Haller's overhead kick. What else did we have? We had Andre Ayew's long strike from distance. That wasn't even at the ball, but still it was a decent strike. Who do you reckon's going to be the next player to score an absolute belter against Crystal Palace? My money's on Michael Antonio, but he doesn't really score from outside of the box, so I'm going to say Said Benrahma. But I don't know, either way, someone's going to score a belter, okay? West Ham versus Crystal Palace is a London derby and a game that should excite West Ham fans. West Ham go into this having won 2 in 2 and scoring 8 goals in 2 games, whilst Crystal Palace are yet to score a game in all competitions. Despite spending a lot of money on players and Palace appointing Patrick Vieira as the new manager over the summer, things haven't quite gotten off to a good start. And this somewhat reminds me of the Frank de Boer saga they had. Frank de Boer, very top-class manager within Europe prior to coming to Palace. Lost 5 games in a row and was sacked. Vieira seems to be replicating that in a way. Not on purpose, but it's happening, if you know what I'm saying. Palace seem to have added a lot of recruits to their team, but the results haven't been coming yet. I'm not going to jump the gun and say that it's going to be an easy ride for West Ham because no game's ever easy, but the fact that Palace haven't scored a goal yet so far this season is a worry. But they can obviously reprimand this and change things at the weekend. Palace made a lot of signings over the summer. One of them being a new manager. Roy Hodgson left and Patrick Vieira, the former Arsenal midfielder and a 3-time Premier League winner, came in as boss. He wanted to sign his own players. Young, hungry talent came in. Players such as Conor Gallagher, Michael Olise and Joachim Anderson signed. But results have not gone Palace's way. They started the season with a 3-0 away defeat to Chelsea, drew 0-0 at Brentford and lost 1-0 to Watford in the League Cup recently. So that's 3 games in and Palace are yet to score a goal. Jean-Philippe Mateta had a really bad game. He's one of their strikers. He had a really bad game against Watford. He had the second lowest amount of touches that night. They have had some injury worries as well, though. Eberechi Eze is out with an injury, and newcomer Michael Olise has hurt his back and he's out for some time. So they're missing quite a few key players as well. But that's not to say that they don't have the likes of Christian Benteke, Wilfried Zaha in their team. And yeah, those 2 players actually are going to be mentioned in the next section, just so that you know, and I'll talk about them in a little bit more detail. But although Palace have this habit of signing a lot of good players and what they would consider good players over the summer, they don't always get the results at the start of the season. And I just want to add this on a side note. A lot of West Ham fans are saying that Palace have had really good recruitment over the summer. I'm not saying that I disagree with that, but my point is a lot of the players they signed would not start for West Ham. That's the bottom line of it all. So Palace do try to improve every single season, but results don't really go their way, and they end up in a relegation fight. This season, as it stands, is going to be a repeat of that. With David Moyes behind the bench as West Ham manager, Wilfried Zaha's going to remember something in his past that did kind of haunt him. Without going into too much detail, because I don't really want this to be a main topic, but something happened with a member of Moyes' family and Wilfried Zaha, allegedly. There were rumours about it, and it was apparently a reason why Zaha ended up leaving Manchester United while Moyes was manager. That's going to be mentioned on Twitter over the next few days, so I thought I'd just put it out there right now, what to expect. Anyway, Zaha is a very key player for Palace. He's always rumoured to be leaving them every summer, but he ends up staying. Look, he's a player who scored against West Ham last season. We played him at Selhurst Park. He's good at getting into space, good at running with the ball from the middle and the flanks. And also, he's a very good assist provider for them. Occasional goal scorer too. Zaha is an integral member to that team. and that's why he goes in the ones to watch. I needn't really say too much about him. Everyone knows what Zaha's like for Palace. Their fans know he's their go-to guy. After much consideration, I've decided to put Joel Ward in this because he's played so many different roles across the defence throughout his career. He's also a very long-serving Palace player, having been in South London for 9 years. And in that time, he's often filled in as a left-back. However, he has played as a right-back and a centre-back from his time when he was at Portsmouth. But yeah, he's a very versatile kind of defender. He's decent from set pieces as well, mainly clearing them though. And he's just an all-round, very loyal and well-liked defender amongst the Eagles fans. I must also point out that he's done a lot of missionary work and he's a big part of the church as well. And, you know, he's always talking about how his Christian faith is a big part of his life, and he's just trying to be a very good person through doing that. So, on the pitch, he's a very tough tackling, no-nonsense defender, and off the pitch, he's just a very good Christian. So, two things there. Vicente Gaeta always turns into Croydon Casillas when he plays against West Ham. He had a fantastic game against us in both fixtures last season. And although West Ham won 3-2 at Selhurst Park, he did make a lot of important saves in that game. Failed the Thomas Souček test, though, because Souček bagged in 2 against Gaeta. But Gaeta always has his best games against West Ham, and I'd probably expect more of the same when we play them this Saturday. Yeah, he's a goalkeeper that, although he's 34 years old, he's still playing like he's in his prime. And well, goalkeepers tend to be in the prime anyway until they're in the late 30s. And, you know, Palace have a really good shot stopper in him because he always pulls off big saves when needed and he comes up big in big games. This name is a real blast from the past, and if you remember this, well done to you. Carl Fletcher. Carl Fletcher was a midfielder who joined West Ham United from Bournemouth in 2004. He made 43 appearances for the Hammers and scored 3 goals. After he left West Ham in 2006, he joined Palace for 3 years and then joined Plymouth Argyle in 2009. He became the manager of Plymouth Argyle eventually, but was sacked in 2012 after around 13 months in charge of the club due to poor form. And in 2019, he briefly served as a manager of Leyton Orient. I did say that this would be a tough game. I did say that Palace haven't scored a goal yet this season, but something tells me they will score at the weekend. I don't know why. West Ham haven't actually kept a clean sheet yet in the Premier League this season, so that could be a justification for that. But I'm going to say a 2-1 win for West Ham with Antonio and Bowen to get the goals. For Palace, I'm going to say Zaha to score theirs, but I'm going to say a 2-1 win for West Ham. Thank you very much for watching Opposition Uncovered. If you liked the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content. I'm going to be doing the aftermath of the game on Saturday. And also on Friday, we've got the draw for the Europa League, which I'll actually be in bed when it happens, but I'll be reacting to it after and get a video up, hopefully in time for the game on Saturday. So thank you very much for watching, take care, and I'll see you all soon.